if you don't match people's energy and you don't match that dollar figure, if you don't match that dollar figure, baby, then you are not within the camp. Therefore, you're an outlier of the camp, which is, and I cannot express this enough, stupid as fuck, and also kind of flatly writ fascism. It really just is. It's the standard operating procedure for a fascist government when they're trying to establish themselves. They create in-group, out-group, and you have to be 100% on for the cause. Why? Because whatever actions, we don't know what actions to take. We just know that bad things are happening, and I don't want you to thinking bad, arguing bad. I just want you to act, which we will see in this upcoming clip from Frogan. So let's get into this. Ludwig again. 2 days of Ludwig. I don't want to care about Ludwig. I don't want to care. I don't give a shit about like Minecraft streamers and shit. But this poor bastard got dragged into shit. And he's a good litmus test for, I think, how people actually feel about the Palestine-Israel conflict. Which I've pre-watched some of this. Ludwig is definitely like pro-Palestine, but Here's the thing. Here's where we get into it. People need to understand on every side of every issue that zealotry can sometimes be more off-putting than slaughter. I don't know how to say this in a better way. Sometimes the amount of like fervor that you put into your belief, even if someone's on your side, can weird them out or fucking like bother them to the point where not being around you, because when you're on someone's side, they're next to you. You know what I'm saying? But like that, they want to be away from you because you're just overly zealous. A lot of times people don't understand that their passion comes off as zealotry. And sometimes people don't understand that their zealotry comes off as fucking psychosis. And the response to that being, people are dying, is not the good response you think it is. Because you're not dying half the time. You're not dying. You know what I'm saying? You're not dying. You are feeling a reaction to somebody, but you reacting as though something that's not happening to you is happening to you, no matter how deeply you feel that, can be off-putting. This isn't like a thing that's up for discussion. This is not like me trying to like put a hole in the fabric of whatever it is you think that you're fighting for. Because I'm not directing this just at like pro-Palestine people. This is for everybody. This is why religious people, you come off weird as fuck a lot of the time to people when you talk about the shit that you're into, because you just sound overly zealous, sometimes psychotic. People that are very dedicated to certain types of freedom or certain political causes, you and your passion may not come off as passion, and it might come off as you being a fucking psycho and a zealot, and it will turn people off because people don't want to be around zealots unless they are also zealots. It's just how the world works. To bringing it back from things that people might be emotional about, like if you're, whatever, there's a thing that you're passionate about, right? Let's say it's your hobby, anime. If you're already freaking out, trust me, you're losing this war. You're losing the war. It doesn't matter which side you're on of anything. It doesn't matter literally what the thing that you feel like you're passionate about. I'm just telling you, you're going to come off crazy. Imagine a hobby that you love. It's your favorite hobby. But like, or somebody else. Matter of fact, it's not even you, it's someone else. Someone else's favorite fucking hobby. You know they're really, really into it. But every time they're around you and you bring that hobby up, it ends the day. The day is over because all they want to do is talk about their hobby. They're hyper passionate about it. They will derail conversations. If you have something else to do that day, you will have to suspend it for risk of offending them because they're so dedicated to their hobby that if you try to detract from it, they'll see you as being antagonistic to it, right? And you've probably known someone like that about a hobby. It might have been you sometimes. It's okay. First off, that type of passion is natural. It's an aspect of being a human being. There's no talking your way around it. It is a natural aspect of being alive. You will get hyper passionate about shit to the point that you become off-putting to people until you usually get old enough and have fucking weirded enough people out that you're like, okay, I need to rein that in because people find it very strange how overly aggressive I am about the thing that I'm passionate about. The thing about passion is it feels good. And a lot of times it's justified, right? Because there's no taking away from it. It's natural. The amount of feeling you have for something will build in you and become passion. It will rage like a fire. That is natural. So when you try to quench it for other people, you might feel like you're like reducing yourself. However, understand that a lot of the times what you're really doing is just capping a fire that's not going to go out and focusing that energy, right? It's kind of the difference between having a roaring campfire and having a similar heat fire underneath like a steam heating engine, right? When you put it into perspective and you control it, it can be a lot more effective for you. It just happens to everybody though, right? So you can't take that away. Passion is passion. One of the biggest issues with online politicking in general is the belief in putting unbridled passion before controlled and effective advocacy. Because the passion always is passionate. You are literally explaining yourself to the world. You're very dedicated to the thing that you believe. Does not matter what it is. By the way, if you're freaking out right now because you think I'm going to hurt something that's close to you and important, I'm just telling you that's you showing that your fucking carapace is open, like your fucking heart's exposed. The sensitivity you're feeling is because you're overexposed to the world. It is because your blazing fire is actually open to the elements and it can get quenched to kind of extend, but not really fucking annihilate the metaphor. You've got to rein in your passions. That doesn't mean you destroy them, doesn't mean you take up. You got to rein them in. Why? Passionate people are, historically speaking, by every metric, the most easy to take advantage of. Every time. Every fucking time. The history, and especially the history of revolution, is a series of the same story repeating again and again and again and again, of people who are plagued by a legitimate grievance, no matter what it is. The grievance is legitimate. They gather enough understanding of their legitimate grievance to organize. Their passions burn. They grow out of control, and the first person to throw a lasso around them gets to dominate that fucking group permanently going forward, because that group can only, once it's flaming like that, run into two people. The first person is someone that's going to say, holy shit, back the fuck up. You're going to burn everything down with how fucking excited you are. The second person is going to say, oh my God, I support you 100%. You should do this more. As a matter of fact, I have a way that focus this for you. You know what I'm saying? Those second people usually take advantage of fucking people's passions. Doesn't matter what it's for. You can probably start coming up with examples right off the top of your head. Start thinking about people you don't like first. You'll find a bunch, and then start considering maybe causes and people that you do like, and you'll say, oh, that actually kind of does happen on my side of things. This is the heart of grifting, by the way. You don't always have to like stand over top of organizations and over issues like this. You can sometimes just stand beside them and tap into a little bit of that heat, like you're warming your hands before moving on to the next thing. This is the method of attack for a grifter. Grifters do this. One of the most important things I feel, I'll take this off for a second. One of the most important things I feel people need to understand, especially on the left, because I would rather the left perform good than the right, is that you can grift for causes that benefit you and that you agree with. This idea, I don't know where it came from, but it's profoundly and patently incorrect that someone is not grifting if they actually believe in the things that they're saying is wrong. It's wrong. That them not believing in it is probably a bigger indicator that they're a grifter, but people can grift for causes that that benefit them or that they believe in, which makes it kind of hard to point it out sometimes. Anyone that's been around civil rights organizing, one of the dark unspoken parts about it is that there are people who are, relatives, we can just say it, black people that are like next to like a black civil rights thing. There will be some black people that say like, I'm here for this, blah, 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 blah. And they'll set up little tiny orgs and fucking nonprofits and pocket all the money and run. They'll do it. Why? Because they're fucking human beings. It's an obvious grift. A swindler is a swindler. You know what I'm saying? It's a scorpion kind of thing. It's not endemic to them. Well, white people, the entire evangelical church community, most fucking pastors believe, or to some degree think that shit that they're saying is true. A lot of them believe it wholesale. Kenneth Copeland, I believe, believes every fucking psychotic thing he's saying. He's still a grifter. That's a grift. That's slimy. So one of the most important things to understand when you're trying to call out grifting is not trying to call out whether or not somebody believes in something, but whether or not the actions they're taking relative to that belief are actually going to accomplish anything, right? Sometimes people can be failing an organization just because they're stupid. They don't fucking know that they're fucking up. You know what I mean? If you go and you do something that's not going to work. Other people know that this method is doomed to fail, but they'll still collect a quick buck off of it and not give a shit. It's just how the world works. This is not indicative of any specific organization's shortcomings, any specific causes or shortcomings. You see this on the right constantly, especially with Donald Trump. Donald Trump believes in Donald Trump for president right now. I'll tell you what, because it's going to get him out of fucking going to jail and having to pay a bunch more money. He believes in it. Donald Trump also believes in making money. So Donald Trump will fucking skim off of the top of Donald Trump for president in a heartbeat. He will grift. You know what I mean? People next to him will grift for those causes so that they can make money, even if they believe in them, which often is how you end up with people like, well, I don't know how this fucking happened. I am rich. The cause failed. I was there with you. Maybe next time, if you give me more money, it'll work. It doesn't feel nice. It's not a nice thing to realize, but it is very, 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 very fucking common. It's why I don't hesitate to call people like Hasan. I think Hasan has a very grifty edge to him. I think Vosh is kind of a flat out grifter. Because they absorb resources, and the resources don't necessarily have to be money. It can be eyeballs, and attention too. You know what I'm saying? It can even just be perks. It can be the ability to talk a little bit more, or, to be asked first. If you put yourself in one of those positions and your advocacy is ineffective and you know that it's not effective, or you don't care to find out that it's ineffective and you just still reap the rewards of your failed advocacy, you're a fucking grifter. You're doing the thing. Sucks to suck. Sad to say, absolutely fucking true, right? I'm going to go talk to chat for just a second. Tariq Nasheed is an infamous grifter on the civil rights front. Yeah. Tariq Nasheed, Talcum X. I can't even remember his fucking name now. Sean King. Oh my God, that name is rough. Sean King, a notorious grifter. Sean King probably believes in civil rights. I would say that. I would say Tariq Nasheed probably believes like hardcore in civil rights. Maybe some part of them is like, what do you call that? Pessimistic, cynical about the effectiveness of this and that. You have to talk to the individual person. But more than likely, if you actually showed them a real path forward that wouldn't fuck the bottom dollar up, they would take it. But they're not going to help you arrive at that. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of the rub. You've met Stephen Bias. Hey, what's up, Steve? You've met Sean King. That's crazy. Do you think Copeland, the demon priest, sincerely believes that God wants his cultists to give him all their money? Yes. Yeah, I think he's fucking insane. You know, like his sincere belief is not like reality. I think when you look in Ken Copeland's eyes, I think he's legitimately a fucking psycho. I think he's literally a psycho. I think he can hear God's voice in his mind, or something that he thinks is God's voice. I think that guy is probably so detached from reality and like humanity that he probably does think that he is, if not a direct conduit to God, possibly even he thinks he's God himself on earth. But yes, I think he believes wholeheartedly in every aspect of what he says. But like belief, that's kind of the point. Belief in something does not mean that something's good. Your fervor and your desire and your connection to something does not inherently make that thing a good thing. You know what I'm saying?
Join it because I didn't join it because I find ultimately, like, if I were to do a charity thing where the charity thing relies on your donations, it should be something where like 95% of people feel good and are down for it. And like ultimately, regardless of what you think, that is not the situation here. So I personally donated 10K. Because I think it is worthwhile. And if you guys got some extra bread, I would recommend you donate. But I won't throw it on you. You know what I mean? No thanks. And some people are going to say that. You know what I mean? That's why it's the difference between like, hey, I can put my money where my mouth.
People losing their shit.
Mouth is. But I don't need to put your money there. I don't need to enter a fucking debate about whether that's worthwhile. I can just tell you what I'm doing.
I really appreciate the people when he says, I don't have, my entire community is not 100% on board with going to that stream. And he has some people in his community like, no, we all are. And then there's other people are like, oh man, thank God we're not doing that. It's fucking hilarious.
Because I have a future charity thing planned. But like ultimately I decided to go with the classic No Kid Hungry because, well, one, I really like that organization. But two, I know a lot of people have mixed feelings on it. I didn't join it because...
So you can kind of see in here, and we're going to get to the Frogan stuff in a second. I just want to explain why this is like just completely fucking reasonable. I think I said it at the beginning, but understand your passion for a subject does not equal advocacy first and foremost. Your passion and badgering people is not advocacy. It might feel like it. This is one of the reasons why I tell people take it easy with understand, like literally try to understand how limited at times things like protest and making people aware of the issue, how limited that can be in its efficacy. It is good to feed the children in general. It's basically what this guy's saying. And he's not comfortable risking his audience, which is his livelihood, no matter how big or small that is, and the comfortability and just the general vibe of his shit by hopping into a pro-Palestine charity stream, which is hyper reasonable. Because whether or not you want to admit it, there's a lot of fucking psychos right now on both sides. On both sides. The Palestinians are definitely on the right. The pro-Palestine people are definitely like, yeah, that's okay. But there are a lot of fucking psychos rife, especially in internet spaces, that are fucking shit up for people. Like, just fucking it up. Because they refuse to hear people out. They refuse to listen. They are ontologically perfect. Everything that they say has to be accepted. And you see it a lot articulated in the the sort of like responding, instead of saying a thing, responding with questions. Oh, so you don't think X. You don't think Israel is bad. You don't think Palestinians deserve freedom. You don't think blah, 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 which is first off, a shitheel question. That's an answer begging question. So that's dog shit. If you say stuff like that, by the way, you're being an asshole. I'll call you out on it if I catch you trying to do it to me. You're not going to get away with it. I will fucking go inside someone's entire fucking skull over those kind of questions. Those are shitheel questions. If you feel like you're getting a lot of ground with it, it's probably just because you're exhausting people who don't want to fucking talk to you, which is not advocacy. If you fucking badger someone until they say, okay, fine, they're actually not fine with it. It's literally the same thing. I know this is going to sound crazy. It's the same thing as consent. People have to consent to a lot of things, not just sex. People have to consent to be governed, which is the biggest issue with Palestine, Israel. There's no consent of the governed. It's one of my biggest issues with it. Israel is doing human rights abuses even when the genocide's not happening. It's fucking extreme. But also for advocacy, people have to a degree, consent to your advocacy, because we live in a society where we have all agreed to rules like not beating the shit out of people that are bothering you. So if you are pushing what normally would end in me punching you in the face, get in my face, yell at me, bah, 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 and I can't hit you, the only way to do it is probably to say like, okay, fuck off, like, all right, fine, sure, whatever. And then you leave and you just stew about it. Like, man, I fucking hate that person. Why the hell are they in? Why are they trying to make me feel bad? Like, blah, blah, blah. Maybe that will end for some people. There's got to be someone who, when you call them like a genocide supporting asshole after they gave you money to support your cause, when you just said like, oh, you're not doing enough, and then you just like lambasted them and tried to highlight them on the internet as a bad person and start talking about how like they don't care about dead kids. There's got to be one person out there, because there always is. There has to be one person who will hear that and say, you know what? I was wrong. Well, let me just tell you, having been a human being on this fucking earth for a long period of time, most people will tell you to go fuck yourself. And if they don't say it directly to your face because they're scared, because you're like freaking them out, they'll carry that energy with them much longer than you think. Somebody like Ludwig, with this very, you feel liberal, middle of the road opinion, is going to exist after this conflict is over, regardless of how it ends. And you do have to understand that while you're pushing for your own certain conclusions and stuff, what most people are pointing for, they just want it to end. There is not a consensus America-wide that I have seen that makes sense and is like 100% I can definitely get behind all these poll results on what should happen in Palestine following what almost everybody actually wants, which is an end to the fucking genocide that's going on. Generally, that's where the future lies with American sentiment. Israel fucked this up. Bibi Netanyahu has to go, hopefully to jail, if not the gallows. And Israel needs to stop doing whatever the fuck it was doing before this happened. That's the general vibe. How those things are accomplished are all over the fucking map. I'm not telling you that based on, it's not an out of my ass thing. This is me just listening to a ton of people on the internet and in real life, fucking pundits, actually people I know personally who have deep connections to this thing, people who have lived in Lebanon and have very strong opinions on Israel, all over the map, Israelis as well. This is not going to stop being ugly one day. And there is going to have to be a point where we like calm down and don't make this into a sectarian thing outside of the country where it is already sectarian. You know, people are going to move on. The immediacy of the conflict, the second the genocide aspect of it ends, is going to decrease. I know this sounds callous, but it is. It is. People are going to forget. They are going to move on. Trust me, I live in America. Like, we still talk about 9/11, but 9/11 America, October fucking 2001 is a lot different than America, October 2011. 2021, no matter how fucking fired up people get about shit, it eventually calms down. People die, people move on, people grow up. I know it sounds callous. It's just the case. There's a lot of people who are trying to get past this, right? Maybe they're going to have you, they're going to be on your side while they're going through it. Maybe they won't. But a lot of people, most people are going to remember how you or your cause made them feel before the immediate aspects of the cause go on. There's a lot of Palestinian protesters, not protesters, but pro-Palestine voices that are going to be considered fucking trash after the end of this. And a lot of them, I think, are being used by Hasan, unironically, and other major streamers, just because if you don't understand this about, oh, fuck, this is in, I think I read about this might be a Martin Luther King Jr. thing, or it was in a thing about him. Basically, it's a very common tactic in civil rights or in politics. If there's a point that you want to articulate, you don't say it if it's too extreme, right? You find someone else who will. You hold on to them until they're not necessary anymore, and then you let them gently float away back into the sea when it's done. Notice all of the people who right onto like the Hasan orbit, and then they're going to start floating away as we move past this. Whenever that happens, I know it's like, oh, it's crazy. Like, I wish we would, whatever the fuck. Just, this is political efficacy, not like, highly emotional, direct to the conflict type talk. I think one of the worst people involved in this shit is this Frogan woman. If you guys don't know who Frogan is, she is a Muslim, I believe, commenter. She wears a headdress. She, right after October 7th, came out with a line that caused the permanent split between H3 and Hasan, and turned Hasan into, like, basically put Hasan onto the mega tanky, threatening sitting U.S. senator's path he is on right now. That's not particularly great. She commented almost immediately, I think, like literally on October 8th, after the fucking slaughter had ended on that side, that some of you want to see a revolution, but you don't understand what a revolution takes. Something along those lines, i.e., Hamas is justified. So she's a pro-Hamas, pro-terrorism individual. I don't really care for another interpretation of that that's lighter. That's the vibe. She double, triple, quadrupled down on it. You know what I mean? After the fact. So that's the kind of person she is. I only consent to gorpo. Well, thank you, Davey. But gorpo doesn't require consent. Gorpo requires only calories. You don't even hear Three Doors Down on the radio anymore. Times have changed. Absolutely true. True and fact-based. I had no idea that the fate of millions of Palestinians completely rested on the shoulders of a fucking Twitch streamer. I mean, to hear people talk about it, you would think it does. I thought Ludwig was a Valorant player. I only watched him for his mogul mail stuff. I've never watched... I've heard of Ludwig's name. I think I remembered him most notably. The reason I remember him is because, like, I always, for some reason, remember people when I see Twitter mentions and their Twitter name is their actual name. I'm always like, oh, how about that? And he's Ludwig at Ludwig, which is like, did you buy it or you hear that long? Because either way, it's kind of, I don't like it. You know what I mean? I'm Canadian. The top news story was some poor woman whose pet chicken was stolen. 200 loonie reward. Oh my God. 200 loonies? That's like 100 toonies. A 200 loonie reward? That's like 100. That's like 100 toonies. Oh. There's a meaningful distinction between representing yourself and your platform well and literal apathy. True. True. Okay, so I played that first part, that Ludwig thing. I don't think that interpretation is fair as a criticism of him. It is people's, like, prerogative to not be involved in conflicts. I know that sounds crazy, but, like, it literally is. That is the heart of the normally shit-heeled assertion that people, like, I hear it from Destiny's camp most often, that, like, there are so many genocides happening around the world, which is true. There's a few of them that have been going on for like 10 or 15 fucking years. I can't remember them because the hyper obvious, representation form is not there. And it is you haven't cared, and it shouldn't detract from the political messaging that you do now for not caring about those, especially if they're not directly happening to you and you're not directly causing them, which is why a lot of the Palestinian pro-Palestine rhetoric is about creating these massive, hyper-strained theoretical chains between, you buying a Coke and a Palestinian kid getting shot in the fucking head. It's wild reaches and shit. And of course, you have to couch all that in the statement, well, if you argue against it, you're pro-genocide. Even if you come out against it, even if you give 1,000 million different reasons why it's bad, things that you think you should do, if you don't match people's energy and you don't match that dollar figure, then you are not within the camp. Therefore, you're an outlier of the camp, which is, and I cannot express this enough, stupid as fuck, and also kind of flatly writ fascism. It really just is. It's the standard operating procedure for a fascist government when they're trying to establish themselves. They create in-group, out-group, and you have to be 100% on for the cause. Why? Because whatever actions, we don't know what actions to take. We just know that bad things are happening, and I don't want you to thinking bad, arguing bad. I just want you to act, which we will see in this upcoming clip from Frogan. By the way, she's going to use a mild slur here. I don't care. I'm on Twitch now, so I can't say it. I won't say it. I can say it. If there's anyone on earth that can say, that can call someone a saltine, I think I have the phrenology for it. You don't get to look at this. Look at that limp ass, slight wave fucking A1 type hair, baby. I think I actually have A2. I looked it up. I did a bunch of research on hair. I'm not trying to impress anyone. It's just the thing I know, and I want to say it so that I can get corrected and be more correct in the future. But I have the phrenology to be saying the saltine slur. I just think my thing with slurs is I don't think you should use them once something's kind of established for real as a slur. Not just I saw one YouTube video on this, and I heard a lot of arguments that this specific phrasing is blah 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 blah. I don't care that the slurs are offensive, even, because if I cared that the actual word of the slur was offensive, I would be just as equally upset when the person that it's directed at used it themselves as an act of reclamation. I don't think you should use slurs because they're lazy. Really. It goes back to there's so many better words to say. Fucking, you can kind of fucking work around. If you're trying to insult someone, just literally leaning into a single word that's based on their observable, immutable characteristics is lazy. That literally, that's inarguable. It's inarguable. It's just lazy. And you're priding yourself on your ignorance and your essentialization of somebody, which is, in my opinion, a mark of a less developed and inferior mind. I think that if you use slurs, you're trash in that way. In that moment, you can get better. Everybody's used a slur here too, right? I was born in 1987. Heard them, been called them. Very sad to say, said them sometimes. Tyler, you're obviously 4C. Did you know? Can you tell I've been using that hot comb? I heard the word hot comb so many times and didn't believe it. I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it could be real. Cause I think it was it Maya Angelou? Is that the one where she's talking about she had to get her hair straightened for church, and whoever it was, her grandma or something, was mean as fuck about the hot comb and would just burn her fucking crazy with it. I'm like, what is that even? And they're talking about heating a comb up on the stove, and I'm like, you can't heat combs on the stove. They're plastic. What are you talking about? I was nonplussed, and then I saw one in action, and I was shocked. I was like, you can't be doing that. You gotta. I think it was hot combs specifically that made me like in my own like weird shitty white boy way, a like fervent supporter of like black people hairstyles need to be all of the not even just black people, anybody with like hyper curl, you just need to be supported in however you want to do your hair, because if you feel you got to burn yourself with that fucking thing, that's wrong. That's wrong. Just don't do that shit. If you want to do it because you want to do it, that's okay. But if you feel like you have to fucking scald your fucking head every week with a goddamn hot comb to get a job, like that shit needs to be Kaibot. That needs to end. That's fucking no good. God damn. Guess you can. Oops, no offense. It's my favorite biscuit, but it's not. I like those. I like them fucking butter ass biscuits. You know the little oval ones. They look like the gold Yoshi coins. They're that same shape from like fucking Super Mario. That's my favorite cracker. I'm my own favorite cracker. You know what I mean? Soft, white, little crunchy, very salty. Saltine is a slur. Oh my fucking god, you can seriously not say the saltine synonym without getting filtered out of chat? Fuck off. That's hilarious. Get dunked on. Hey. Anti-white racism will not be accepted in my chat. I really do believe, though, that, like, if you find yourself reduced to saying a slur, just it's usually, in my mind, a mark that you've been compromised. Like, you're just too emotional about whatever the fuck's going on. You're not thinking your way through it. Because you really are just... You're past a point where you're even trying to do anything other than be hurtful, right? You know, even when I'm at my meanest, you know what I mean? Like, I would rather do half an hour of me dehumanizing what a fault is and saying the most insane fucked up shit about him than save all of that time and call him the R slur. Literally. I think it's so much better. You open yourself up to rebuttal. You kind of have to prove that you're even in a position to insult someone anyway, because you got to be a little bit more verbose. And when you just diminish yourself by just using slurs, it's just pathetic to me. And you know, if I do it, it's pathetic if I do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a bad thing overall. And I don't think there really needs to be an excuse for it. Frogan really needs to chill. Like, imagine being on the correct side in the worst way possible. Like, just be pro-Palestine without the Hamas apologia. I think, and there's just something about her face. She has a smugness about her where I think she just revels in it. She, like, literally likes doing it because it's she's every cop. Really. When you watch Frogan talk, I don't want you to imagine her as like a Muslim woman articulating something about, like, the current tragedy of the day. Just imagine she's a cop talking about someone she's looking at who's got their hands behind their back on a fucking curb. And it could even be a white guy. And you'll see what I mean. It'll fucking peel the layers back because it's the same sentiment. It's the same vibe. And I don't think it's an okay way to be, because I think it'll make you sick. I think it makes you sick to the heart of you, and it will compromise your spirit, like your literal human soul, as like non-metaphysical as I like to get about stuff. The parts of you that are you will get fucking corrupted, and they will start disintegrating because it will make you intellectually lazier and lazier and lazier when you essentialize people. And just tell me if you don't kind of get that vibe from the way she talks about Ludwig in this.
So I personally donated 10K. Because I think it is worthwhile. And if you guys got some extra bread, I would recommend you donate. But I won't throw it on you. You know what I mean? No thanks. And some people are going to say that. You know what I mean? That's why it's the difference.
This is a cracker take.
Between, like, hey, I can put my money where my mouth is.
Just stop for a second and think, what does that mean? Literally just think, what does that mean? You know what I mean? This is the thing about racism. Like, literally, let me just I'll fucking tell you. That's the thing about racism. That really is the bad thing about racism. What does that mean? You have to know. You have to have a little hate in your heart for white people and have preconceptions and essentializations that get you to that point. What does that mean? What does that mean? Really? I know probably some of you guys have an answer, but really, what does that mean? Because, by the way, Imagine if you had to all sit down and write out on a piece of paper. Would y'all have exactly the same thing? No, because you got to use your imagination. Your crippled, stunted, slightly fucking racist imagination to get right down to exactly what somebody means by that word. Because if I said that's a Jewish ass take, you know what I mean? What? Whoa, 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 little hot right there, right? Use the slur, use the K slur on it. Fuck. You know? Oh shit, you're starting to think, well, what the fuck does that mean? What the fuck does that mean? And what good does it do you? You know what I'm saying? What are you accomplishing through the use of that language?
But I don't need to put your money there. I don't need to enter a fucking debate about whether that's worthwhile. So I personally donated 10K. Worthwhile?
Oh, she doesn't get to explain in this? Who cares? What is the point? You know what I mean? What is the point of it? Is there a longer version of this where we justify it? I know this is like getting Vosh and just having him say the N-word, and then I have in this video I drop a C-bomb harder. The best part of this is him talking about donating $10,000 to Palestine, and at the bottom here is her emergency rent fund. It's just fucking dope, man. I don't know if someone the hardest fucking sabotage you can do to somebody is just it would be to put that fucking that simple ass Stream Elements fucking dono bar at the bottom. But like, do you need to hear more from somebody? You know what I'm saying? This is giving me uneducated Georgian who hijacks the cause vibes. The funny thing about the K-slur is that cosmopolitan Jews created it to use against ignorant, poor peasant Jews from Eastern Europe. I don't doubt that at all. I've been listening to too much, fucking, what's his name? Daniel Kahn. I've been listening to too much Daniel Kahn. If you want a musical, like a short musical primer on like modern Judaism, recommended 4 out of 5 Jews recommend Daniel Kahn. Apparently his shit's very good and very accurate. But like I keep hearing that same sort of stuff. Like fucking you know, a lot of American Jews in like the emigres to America from like the 1960s to 80s would like, if mixed together, would look down on like Russian Jew emigres. Like when they talk to, you know, immigrants, they would be like, ooh, you know, you're not like, yeah, you like around Jews, you're a Russian. Around all the fucking, you know, fucking Gentiles, you're a Jew. And so you're kind of like never really anything, especially once you've left wherever the fuck you're from. You're kind of like an ultra immigrant. And so Inner Immigration is the name of a song. You should check it out. Nakam is one of my favorite songs. I don't know all of his songs, but like I listened to a bunch of them. I'm like, God damn it, this is a crash course on shit. 4 out of 5 Jews is a good endorsement. 4 out of 5 Jews is an almost unheard of endorsement. none of the Jews who endorsed the song were consulted within the same room. What did he say? He said he liked it? It's garbage. I didn't know how bad it was until Shlomo said he liked it, and now I understand that maybe I was wrong. Oh man. She looks like the meanest, worst mom at the mosque pizza parties that we used to have when I was a little kid. The ones that give her kids full slices, but the rest of us half slices. She has that vibe. I think it's best summed up by her what do you call it? Her profile pic is like that is smug, dude. That is the smile does not reach the eyes, really. Like it just joyless, like hateful fucking smugness. Like, okay, I guess. just as far as people that I wouldn't want representing my cause go, definitely smug rent beggar who is talking shit to somebody. But the ultimate point of this whole thing, to kind of wrap it up. Oh shit! No! I can't wrap it up yet. I have not yet listened to Hasanabi. Hasan has something to say about this. Hasan took Frogan's side in this entire thing.
That makes sense. Two wrongs don't make a right. He was bad and trying to appeal to everyone and not take a real solid stance, but Frogan should have called him that. No, I don't give a shit about like someone being called a cracker, okay? As someone who is white and has like used that word myself, I think that people that are using that to be like, this is a racial slur against white people is like fucking ridiculous.
So I know like this is a crazy thing to say, but like Hasan being like Turkish and saying like, you know, I'm white enough to tell you can use the cracker is kind of like, you know, like a mixed kid telling his white friends that they can say the N-word. It's not a one for one comparison, but I will just tell you, there is no. History shows that you really can't hand out passes. Not really. History shows the pass cannot be handed off. All right, fucking Hasan handing out C-slur passes like confetti at a fucking New York parade is awesome. But god damn, dude, absolutely fucking rough. What else did you have to say?
Like, I mean, dude, Morgan is Lebanese. That makes sense.
Yeah, I guess this is short. Live stream LSF is always so fucking. Enjoy your Reddit cares message, everybody. What the fuck? That's not the least bit surprising. Yeah, not the least bit surprising. The thing is, I have a fucking Asmongold here. What is Asmongold? Don't make me fucking agree with Asmongold. Jesus Christ.
I do think that, again, like this mindset, I think it alienates more people than almost any other mindset. It is probably the most toxic and most corrosive, like like online leftist mantra. It is super, super, super bad. And I think it alienates a lot of white people, like myself, for example. Like, to me, this is massively alienating to me.
Damn it, man. Is fucking Asmongold, is Asmongold the fucking white spokesman, the spokesman for the whites in the racial draft? It's like, yeah, I know he doesn't have a really good pro record. He doesn't have a really good pro record, but you know, back in the day, Asmongold was a first round draft pick for the whites. I forgot to turn the thing back on.
Myself, for example. Like, to me, this is massively alienating to me. Like, I would never support somebody like that just out of self-respect. So, yeah. And it doesn't mean that, like, I wouldn't, like, it's not like like, for example, like, I don't hate Bruce. I don't hate Bruce, but, like, he's fucking racist, right? That's it. I don't hate Hasan, but, like, it is what it is.
Here's the thing. When we talk about slur discourse, let me just let me hop back into it. The slur, no white people that I can think of are harmed by the word cracker, right? Or by that slur, so to say. Like, there is no historic injustice that's against us that we're being reminded of. But here's the thing. Racism is bad. I know that's crazy, but racism is bad and racists are bad. Bigotry is just bad. It doesn't matter if you can't hurt anybody. It's just bad, and it is embarrassing and should be embarrassing for the bigot. If you start saying slurs and looking like a bigot, people rightfully should not want to support you. Also, if you're one of the people, if you're sweating, freaking the fuck out, I'm gonna give you guys the worst fucking. I'm gonna put a pistol in people's hands right now that no one that I shouldn't hand out for free, but I'm gonna arm the world. I'm gonna arm the world. If you prescribe for a second for a second, if you prescribe to the idea that racism is power plus privilege, right? Or power plus bigotry, whatever the fuck. If you prescribe to that a bigot is not a bigot unless they have power, then you have to understand that outing yourself as a bigot requires any good person to prevent you from ever having power so that you can't become a racist. Disenfranchising bigots is a good thing. Making sure bigots don't have power is good. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? If there's a gun on a table and there's 6 people that are near it, and you get to pick one of the 6 people, and one of them, before anyone has spoken, has said something fucking racist. One of them just says, "God damn, I hate fucking crackers." And there's a white person in the room, even if it's a white person. Of those 6 people, was the person that said that one thing going to be more on your list to give the gun to or less on your list to give the gun to? Now make it any of the other slurs. Do you understand how it makes you sound like a fucking piece of shit if you do bigoted stuff? I've had fucking black creators that I followed on like TikTok and stuff. I just unfollowed them because they couldn't help themselves with the bigotry. I'm like, I know that you're gonna have a bad take about something else, because bigotry doesn't end with the first thing that you're bigoted against. It never does. Every person that starts looking for that bad thing in someone and becoming a bigot is going to start looking for other things after that, because bigotry answers no questions. It predicts no behaviors. Right? Bigotry is a clock that's broken on your wall that you decide to believe is right when you feel like it, right? It is a thing that you look to reassure yourself of the confusion in the world. It is ignorance manifest. Bigotry is inherently in itself a bad thing, right? Bigotry is not repulsion. Bigotry is not like saying like I'm a bigot against bigots is not really a thing. It's something you can say, but that's not really what the heart of bigotry is. Bigotry is essentializing somebody to their most inalienable traits and believing something inside of that essentialization gives you a deeper understanding of them before you ever interact with them. And once you start doing that, it will start spreading to the rest of you. You will find, wow, I always thought this thing about X, but Y does it too. Why? Because you're just noticing aspects of the human condition, right? There are lazy black people, there's lazy white people, but when you're in a bigot, you're like, oh, fuck. Well, I found one lazy black person now. The clock was right. I always knew that was going to be the case. And then you ignore all the fucking lazy white people because you're not bigoted against them, or because your bigotry just doesn't permit you to see the fact that they are like literally every human being at the same rate is the same type of flawed, with notable exceptions if you've actually used your bigotry to craft systemic policy that fucking like exacerbates problems that you already associate with the individuals that you fucking hate. There you go. That's the entire thing. But yeah, if you see people being bigoted about anything, and they're not like, there's jokes, right? Like you can joke about like this and that, right? Even inside groups, outside groups, and be dumb. But when you see real bigotry, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's against a non-protected class. You know what I mean? You should always be deeply suspicious of not just the motivations of that person, but also sort of the like spiritual cleanliness of them. Like, have they let their passions and their desires usurp their ability to perceive reality anymore? Or are they just freeballing fucking bigotry? Are they just freeballing zealotry and just whatever they feel because they feel connected to the ontological truth of the metaphysical world itself around us? They are literally possessed by and endemic of the existence of God on this world. Like, that aspect of them, is that what's fucking starting to rule their mind? It doesn't mean that they're unsalvageable. It doesn't mean that they're naturally bad. It can point to a natural inclination towards impropriety and disgusting behavior, and maybe like true maladaptive personality disorders if they decide to make a permanent career off of it. I would say that Frogan person, if all they do is like smug, like I can do the racism, excuse me, sweetie, racism is bigotry plus power. I didn't know if you knew this. It's not my job to educate you. If it's one of those, if she's one of those types of people, more than likely her entire life is a fucking grift, and she would die before she took fucking 2 steps away from it. Other people, fucking Hasan included in this, people like fucking, I don't know about Asmongold, but you know, they can probably be like, dude, can you fucking chill? Unless they get to a point like Hasan where he's so big and so disconnected from like peers at all. Like Hasan has no fucking like actual fucking peer group that's not, he could probably actually trust because he's famous now and he lives in fucking LA. You know, if you get to that point and no one can actually fucking call you on your shit, then you're probably fucked until like, I don't know, the hand of God comes down and fucking smacks the shit out of you. But like bigotry, bad. Not a hot take. Not a hot take. Literally, I don't think arguable. Just, it's bad. It's inefficacious. It doesn't work. If you're doing something relative to the most important thing in your life, oh my God, it's the most important cause I've ever been a part of. But you're only doing it because it makes you feel good and it doesn't help. And it makes the people who would maybe be working with you despise you, if not just dislike and distrust you. Maybe it's bad. Maybe you fucked up. Maybe that's not the way forward. And maybe if you're supporting people that do that and that shit makes you feel good, it's indicative of some spiritual weakness inside of you. I hate to use these metaphysical terms, but basically, like, do you have a psychological or like a heart deep predisposition to feeling so hopeless that you just want to lash out in violence and you don't want to do efficacious things? You just want to say slurs and engage in pretend and then maybe someday real violence. Well, hey, you know, you're not alone. A lot of people have done that before. They rarely accomplish their goals, but you can propagate the circle of violence so that you can say, hey, we have a tally on our side today. That's also a possibility. I think I'm going to end the segment there, but I will talk with everybody in chat. I don't mean to disagree with Tyler. I agree that bigotry is bad and doesn't help the movement. I don't like it, but I do subscribe to that definition. Racism doesn't equal just bigotry, which is fine if you do. I'm not saying you can believe that if you want. I don't think that definition is a definition that is going to get a lot of mileage outside of leftist circles. Just because even in the weirdest right circles, if you don't go all the way to full racist, just understand this. If you're talking to white people, even conservative white people that believe that they're not anti-racist, so to say, but they would never do like actual racism. Like they actually do find it disgusting. There is an inborn mechanism in people like that. People like I grew up with, that they know that you're doing racism when you try to work your way around somebody saying that you're being racist. You can sense it. And by the way, everybody that's ever given the racism is bigotry plus power type definition, I have never seen that presented in a way where I was like, okay, like you don't have like, this isn't weird that you're saying that like that. You know, it's never like, hey, this is our introduction to it. It's always like, look, I know this person said 5 slurs and did say that like white people deserve to be hanged from a bridge, but understand, you know, there's just like a deeper aspect of that. And by the way, you guys you don't have to apologize for disagreeing with me. As long as you don't phrase your argument like a goofy goof or try to do like 3 grade 2 fucking level rhetorical devices that irritate me, we'll be fine. It's super crazy that Frogan would alienate so many people just to feel smug for 15 seconds while trying to fund her rent. Like insane levels of off vibes makes the cause look bad. Well, if you think about it, it makes perfect sense because that's what racists do. Like you could say that she's not a racist. Okay, if you want to use that definition, that's fine. But if we look at actual racists, people like Nick Fuentes and stuff, they actively alienate people. Why? Because they don't want people that think. Frogan doesn't want literally articulated in her own fucking way that she approaches her cause. She does not want people that think. She does not want people around her that would ever like second guess her. It's cult shit. She wants people that only agree with her. So those people that get in there that can't find, they're like, literally, they're just like boiling. Like, I fucking hate everyone. Where can I find an outlet for this hate? That's the outlet. The outlet for your hate is going to a person like that stream and spending money so that they can tell you that you're justified in feeling that hatred. That is one of the oldest scams. It's just ancient. That's how it works. Oh, fuck. What do you mean? She's doing the same thing as the white supremacists? Yeah, it's good business. It's great business. It's one of the fucking best swindles on the world. Selling people surety for nothing is great. Fucking works like a goddamn charm. Is Frogan short for female Rogan? I'm not going to lie. Vosh refusing to read books yesterday still got me hot. It's living rent-free in my head. Well, just forgive him. There you go. Literally just forgive him. Don't be mad. There's nothing about your anger will make Vosh. You cannot make Vosh read. You cannot make him read. Don't get upset. Just let it go. Turn it into something more valuable. You know what I'm saying? It's a legitimate feeling. I got fucking pissed too. I was losing my shit. I couldn't believe the confidence. But, you gotta let it go. You gotta let it go. Just from my own experience and research, I subscribe to racism equals bigotry plus power. I work with law, criminology, and stuff. I see that stuff on the regular. I think the most irritating thing about that definition to me is that it's often, to re-articulate it from a second ago, is that it often feels like it's used to excuse bigotry. I think that's the issue that I have with it. When I find bigotry to be an inherent, an actual, like a true actual moral failing of a human. It's one of my few things where I can actually get like almost deontological with it. Bigotry is a human shortcoming. Like, it's a failure. Like, you failed. So like, understand that if you're like a minority of any case, I don't care what kind of person you are or what your background is. I don't give a fuck what you've been through. I don't care what you've lost. I don't care who you saw dying in front of you. I don't give a shit. I just literally can't even be compelled to care. You could tell me any fucking story. I'll say, your feelings are probably valid. But if you engage in bigotry, you're bad. It's just bad. It's a bad thing to do. Bigotry's bad. It should be put that way too. Like, jumping on an excuse for bigotry, you know what I mean? When somebody engages in it is bad. It always looks bad. You have to rack. I'm literally blasting my brain trying to find a situation where like out and out bigotry, like direct hateful bigotry is good. I can't think of it. Sometimes bigotry can be funny. Almost anything can be funny. You know what I mean? You can put some kind of like a little bit of a joke on it. I don't mind. You make a little fucking white guys walk like this type fucking 90s comedy, the guy that's going on right before the puppet. I don't mind that. Jokes have to be funny is my biggest concern. But if you're just a bigot, one of my favorite ones, I saw it on TikTok and I was like, this guy's a dumb fuck. It was some black dude and he was just like, hey, if you're a white person and you're scrolling by, did you drink milk? When you just see milk, do you just like the taste of milk? I'm like, what the fuck is this guy? What are you doing? I was like, oh man, this dude's fucking embarrassing himself. I don't know if he knows it. He's probably gonna get a bunch of fucking like self-hating muckety mucks that are mad at their dads hopping in there like, can I give you $50? I've never heard somebody do racism like that before. It was fucking very cool. Here's your $1. Do it again. Don't realize that you're a different type of wind-up doll. My goddamn. That definition only exists for brown people to be racist. I've never seen that definition used for anything but escaping fault. I see it. I agree. I've never seen that definition invoked in a situation where people were like building something. You know what I mean? Like, I've never seen it invoked and it was like, this is how we're articulating the deeper nature of like this problem, you know? You always have to kind of get to that after, but it's not like we were talking about it and they were like, oh, hey, you know what? That racist thing that this fucking person just said isn't really racist, because I was talking about something that's actually valuable and important and like politically efficacious, something that we were building together, and like this was explained to me and I like, oh, I recognize that ahead of time. It's just like, now hold on. You might think this ignorant piece of shit that was saying the dumbest things you've ever fucking heard, while literally scowling and spitting into a camera, fucking like half off their mind on just pure unadulterated hate. You might think that they're kind of a bigoted piece of shit, an ignorant fucking moron. But let me tell you, they're not racist. Thanks. I mean, I don't know, who gives a fuck. You know what I mean? At that point. I think a racist and a bigot are like equally as bad. You know what I mean? Maybe not equally as dangerous if you're trying to get like the depths of the conversation, but like you've already crossed my threshold for like pass or fail the vibe check. Like as the vibes go, like it's the bar is way down here, and like both bigotry and racism, both neither of them pass the fucking vibe check. They're nowhere near where you need to be. I guess the bar's down here. They're just like right there. It's just lame. It's just like lame.
Hope you enjoyed your time on